Global Shapers strive to give substantial voice to the youth all over the globe, as our name indicates. We will now hear more for the work done here in Nicosia by Ms. Maria Christofide. She is our hub's curator, a fierce political scientist who has worked for international organizations, local and national government authorities, and international consultancies. And I'm kind of obliged to say good things about her because she's kind of our boss in Global Shapers. But yeah, she's also an activist, and on this I'm being completely honest, she's a person I personally draw a lot of inspiration from. So please, Maria, the floor is yours.
I promise I didn't write that. Speaking out there. First, I'd like to thank our speakers for coming here today and sharing their failures. It's really an uncommon theme in the sense that people are usually very happy to share their successes, but we believe that it's through our failures that we grow, that we evolve, and at the end we become better. So I hope that today you will draw inspiration from the stories that you'll be hearing and maybe start working on some projects on your own. Now I will briefly talk about the Global Shapers community and present some of our projects. So the Global Shapers community was created by the World Economic Forum in 2010, and it now comprises over 6,000 young people from all over the world in 170 countries, 480 cities. The World Economic Forum took this initiative in order to give voice to young people under 30 who make up over half of the world's population. We are a community of entrepreneurs, of activists, of artists, techies, and disruptors. We come together for projects that create local and global impact. So in Nicosia, we started in 2014, and I will briefly go through some of our major projects. In November 2015, we organized the Young People Shape Cyprus conference with Mr. Esper Bathaida as the keynote speaker. We wanted to bring some fresh perspectives on the Cyprus problem and look at it through the lens of entrepreneurship, arts and culture, and education. Last May, we started our Refugee Fund Day project, where we go to Kofinu, to the reception center, and we organize fun activities for the asylum seekers there. We bring together volunteers for creative workshops, sports, dance, etc. And we have a lot of fun on the way. We tried teaching 10-year-old kids Magarena last time. It wasn't very successful, and we felt very old, by the way. Yeah. And we're also organizing the Meet the Leaders sessions with people who take initiatives and make a difference in their society. Here we see Poppy Nicolaou. Her students created the Immigrants project that was featured in Saatchi Gallery in London. And very recently, Stephanie Grigoriou. She was volunteering in Ghana, and she realized that her students suffer from dirty water, and so she created a borehole with zero knowledge of engineering. And finally, the Global Shapers annual survey. It's the biggest collective project of the community. It was taken by over 26,000 people between 18 and 35 in over 187 countries, with the aim to see how young people see the world and what they want to do about it. It was quite a comprehensive study with over 60 questions, but worry not, I won't go through every single one of them. Just some key takeaway messages. Optimism. So young people see the world full of opportunities and not struggles. Young people, even though most of us, we've started our careers in the midst of a very devastating economic crisis, we still choose to see the glass half full. Also, millennials, we are embracing technology. We feel that technology is creating jobs and not destroying them. Recent studies have shown that over 50% of today's jobs will disappear over the next 25 years. Yet we choose to go with technology, with the sweeping technological changes which will happen whether we like it or not. This is also reflected in the question, what are the 3 most important factors contributing to youth empowerment in your country? These are the world results. So number 1 was startups and entrepreneurship, free and social media, and access to the internet. The results were, the 3 factors were the same in Cyprus with slightly different percentages. And then, yes, we are embracing technology, but with caution. When it comes to technology shaping our society, we're much more skeptical. In the question of whether humanoid robots should have rights, 48% said no. And even more negative feelings were regarding whether science should design babies. Then, finally, young people are united with their desire for honesty, integrity, and transparency. Corruption was the number 1 most serious issue that was identified throughout regions and throughout sub-regions in the world, apart from Oceania, followed as the most serious issue in their country, followed by unemployment and lack of economic opportunity, lack of education, and poverty. In Cyprus, the results for corruption were even higher. It was actually at 70% as number 1 choice. And yes, Hara is showing me the... we should get going. If you want to learn more, #ShaperSurvey and shapersurvey.org. You can see the full report there. And if you are interested in what we're doing, want to find out more, here are our website, Facebook, and Twitter. And also we are having an open recruitment call for young people between 20 and 28. So I'm taking this advantage to do some advertisement for our hub. All right. Thank you all very much.